What up? It's DJ Cash, aka Big Bomba, aka the Fly Haitian. Welcome to the DJ Cash podcast. Of course, today I got my brother DJ Tag in the building with me. Tag, was good?
What up, Cash? Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
No, thanks
Glad
for
to
taking
be
this.
here.
Thanks for taking that long trip to my crib. Everybody knows I live in the sticks.
It was a drive.
But I never have nobody come to my crib, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
get
all
it.
good, though.
Nah, I appreciate it.
But we always have great conversations. I respect you as a DJ, so it's like it's dope to have you come through and we talk music. You know what I mean?
Nah, this is dope, and the setup is lovely, man. So thanks again for having me.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. So the first thing I want to talk about is how much Amapiano has grown. Like you and I, we both do Amapiano parties. We actually have the first two Amapiano parties in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see how much it's grown since we started. Almost 4 years ago.
Almost 4, going on 4 now.
Yeah,
it's about to be 4 years
in February.
next year.
In February.
It's just you see it. It is just taking over the music, the dance, and it's become now part of Western culture and Western stuff, especially stateside. You're seeing it with technologies like TikTok, Instagram, and people. It's just an infectious sound.
Yeah,
it's an infectious sound, and people have begun to drive and begin to understand. And I think parties that we have curated have put that in the forefront and giving people the appetite for them to go and look for themselves, which is a beautiful thing, which as DJs I think we want to do.
Right. But I remember starting and there were literally zero Amapiano parties.
Talk about
zeros. Now when you look up, there's in Atlanta, there's like 3 or 4 Amapiano parties every week.
It's a lot, but I'm grateful for that because it's helping to, at the end of the day, I've never been the person to say I'm the Amapiano king, right? I'm the Amapiano gatekeeper. You know, that's never, it's with any genre. When you have hip hop or you have R&B, as it begins to expand, more people begin to pick up to pick up and begin to spread that sound and spread it because they like it. So I'm happy that people are getting into the sound and are able to do their own productions and to help the sound expand more.
But do you think it's getting cheesy now? Because you see now, like yo, bro, I seen some sports bar in the hood, like Amapiano night on Thursdays. Amapiano. I was like, wait, what? And this is like East Atlanta, like in the hood at a sports bar. I'm like, yo, they playing Amapiano over there? So do you think it's kind of gotten like a little cheesy now, like to say, because it's Amapiano is such a buzzword now.
Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of corny?
I think what I'm seeing, I won't say corny, but what I'm seeing is people are seeing it as a money grab. And
I mean that part.
That's like, the part.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, when you say corny, okay.
Of course, Amapiano ain't corny.
Yeah, from that standpoint, and
everybody. I'm talking about everybody jumping on the wave.
Yeah, I think that part for corny, yes. If we're gonna go there, I think that people need to be true to themselves, right? At the end of the day, people need to be true to themselves. But I understand we live in a society, especially like a place like Atlanta, right?
Right.
Atlanta is one of those places, like, soon as somebody sees something doing is oh, I got to do it too. Yeah. I got to do that is Atlanta, you know? And I think it's just part of the culture, the family type of aspect that you have, which is good. But you have people that, oh, that's hot right now. Oh, I got to jump on. Oh, that's hot. I got to jump on. And it's a money grab. And when you do that, I feel it takes away the integrity of the sound.
Right.
It takes away the integrity, and people are jumping on for trendy purposes versus rather a passion. You see, I try to look at it. What I can't stop what's in the next man's heart, right? If somebody has a legit passion for this or wants to play this, that's all well and good. But there are a lot of these places and a lot of these people, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
It's a money grab, and that's what makes it corny. It's the money grab. It's like you're not putting thought into it. You're not putting any planning. You're not putting any feel. It's just to do, and just to do it. And I think that's where it kind of takes away from parties that we have created or things like that, because people want to be seen, want the money, and they're not being authentic to the sound or even authentic to themselves. It's just a trend for them. And but time will tell. In the same way, I think how it's come, you will see those parties that will stand the test of time, and the other ones, the people, I think I like about Atlanta and about people. People know authentic. People know the real.
True.
People are not crazy or not as stupid as people might want to think. People understand, oh, this is what's legit. This is a Amapiano party that's legit. This is what's legit. And I think if you let time come, it will take care of themselves. You know, those parties that are not doing it for real, the time will come, nobody will even be thinking about them. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. My thing is, like you said, you can't judge what's on somebody's heart, right? If somebody is really into it and they genuinely found love in Amapiano, then, you know, who am I to say, or who are we to say it's not real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But my thing is, like you said, the posers that just see it as a money grab, because, bro, I can't tell you how many. We all know I was like in the rap world before I dived into this lane, right? And
you've been transparent about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just a music lover, you know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people where it was on my heart. I love it. And then I got into the movement, right? But I can't tell you how many times I have like super duper trap guys that just start sending me Amapiano records. And they shooting and killing 1,000 people on a record, and it's not even really a Amapiano beat. You like, bro, this is more like Afro beat. This is not like Amapiano.
Yeah, of course.
Just because you got a log drum in there does
not make it Amapiano. The log drum is not. Look, log drum stick is becoming the new 808. Right. Log drum, like when the 808 came in Atlanta, log drum now it's hard to find. Even Afrobeat songs without a log drum or something. Right. Log drum doesn't make it. Like you said, it doesn't make Amapiano.
Bro, just because you got a log drum in your beat does not make it an Amapiano song. Exactly. So that's my thing. And some guys are trying because they genuinely love it and want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? There's some guys who kind of get it and they like trying because they want to be a part of it. But some guys, you can just tell it's a money grab. Oh, this is popping right now, so let me just jump on this. And it's super obvious. Like you said, like, I don't think they definitely underestimate people and their intelligence, because people can see that this is clearly a money grab.
Of course, like, of course, people will see. Like you said, if you're at like a dive bar on the south side of town, that's not even your demographic one. Right. You know, first of all, when you're doing these parties, I think as curators, we both look to see, okay, what is our demographic? Who are we trying to reach?
Right.
And a lot of these people, oh yeah, if I put Amapiano, I'm gonna get your demographic first. What side of town are you even on? Are you looking to see where your people at? Who is your crowd and who is gonna come into these events? Do they even know about Amapiano? But that's what you can tell. It's a money grab right there out the gate. You know.
Do you think, I haven't really encountered this often, but it's happened to me, right? As an African, how do you feel about non-Africans participating in the culture now? Like, Amapiano is so popular now. Afrobeat is so popular now. How do you feel about? Because there's a lot of people in different markets that are not African, not even black, that are probably like the lead in that genre, in Afrobeat and Amapiano. Like, as an African, how do you feel about it?
For me, I've always liked the spread of the music, because music is not supposed to just stay. I feel music is supposed to spread. That's the goal. I think where I can feel where people can feel aware, or where people will feel aware when things begin to get watered down, when things begin to not have that authentic sound, when you have certain artists that you might have followed, or and you see those artists now get the corporate dollars behind them, and the sound begins to switch, I think that's when people become uneasy. I think that's when I become uneasy, because now you're not staying true to form.
Right.
But
I think that's inevitable though, bro.
But that's what I was about to say.
I don't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
But it's inevitable.
Once you release something creative into the world, it's like it's the universe's. It's in the universe's hands, bro. There's no way you could control how it forms, how it morphs, how it There's no way. You know what I mean?
And even the current state of Afrobeat now, as you're looking to see it, it's merging. And I've been peeping this for a while. It's merging closer with the hip hop lane, especially stateside here. And not even stateside, you have artists like Odumo Black, who is working with Wizkid, who is working with artists like Saka, who's also working with people like Gunna.
But Odumodu sounds, he reminds me of a rapper though.
Yeah, he does have a rapper, but he also has that. He reminds me of Fila to me when I hear his sound,
dope.
the way I was just listening to his newest project, The Industry Machine. He just dropped. And his textures and stuff is very reminiscent. To me, it's like if Fela was into 2025.
Wow.
If you listen to how he sounds and just his textures, he's also using the pidgin Nigerian language from his culture. So he's staying true to form, and he's bringing people into his world and not doing it the other way around. When you have Stormzy on his project. I saw Sweetie on his project. I saw Wizkid DeVito, like I was saying. But that's somebody who I feel like doing it well. Asake is another one I feel like is doing it well, where we'll put our sound on the world stage, but y'all are coming into our world, not us coming into yours.
Right.
And I think that's what I'm appreciative of that, of those artists. But you do have some that, they come and they're trying to make something stick. And I think that's what people know.
Right. I think for me, this is how I look at it. This is just me personally, right? Like for me, I think Black culture anywhere is my culture. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
You should feel that
I
way.
feel like Black culture anywhere is my culture. Just like the Black struggle anywhere is my culture. Just like if you're a Black person being mistreated anywhere, I feel like it's my obligation to care.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And to help if I can, how I can. You know
and
what
I
mean?
identify with that because of whether my struggle, because as a people, we've been marginalized for, so long. So we understand that struggle of the Black man. Yeah.
And just like we don't look at it anyway when we see, South Africans doing house music. That was made by Black Americans in Chicago. Or when we see South Africans have some super dope lyricists and hip hop artists.
Yes.
Like no American should feel a way that they're doing hip hop.
Exactly.
Something that started in the Bronx in New York. So I don't think a Black American should look at an African and be like, why they doing our music? And I don't think a South African should look at us and be like, why they doing our music? You know
if
what I
anything,
mean?
we should be welcoming, because at the end of the day, where we all come from, like you said at the parties, where we all come, where do we all come from? Where are our roots? And I think it's just us being displaced, where you have that disconnect between the cultures. Where you have the Blacks who live in America, things like that, versus those. Is a disconnect, I think, just off of placement and not understanding. But we all, like you said, we come from a same struggle. We come from a similar people. And I think that we as Africans need to be more open, and it needs to be vice versa.
Yeah.
On both
but
sides.
I understand wanting to protect something.
Of course.
Wanting to protect culture, because especially Black people, our culture has been pillaged and stolen probably the most than anything in the world. So I understand it. You know what I mean? I understand the gate. Sometimes, like, big up Washi Fire, because he always says this, like, sometimes gatekeeping is good. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But not to your brothers and sisters, though, I feel. You know what I mean? And not to say that it's happened to me or I see it a lot.
Yeah.
It's just, it has come up in conversation.
Of course.
It's not something that I see happens a lot, because 9 out of 10 South Africans are going to be like, yo, shout out to you for putting our culture on the map and shining a light on the culture.
When I've done girls, when we've done girls of Bama, and I know with Bama Tuesdays, people will come up and say thank you.
Right.
And you can feel it, like it's a heartfelt thank you. Like, thank you for curating this. Thank you for putting this on and shining light on our culture. And I think for us as DJ, because I'm not South African.
Right.
I'm Liberian, Liberian Ghanaian, but I enjoy the music and I want to push it forward. And I think that's the mentality. Everybody, when you release music, when you're an artist, you release music. Why? Not with the purpose of just hearing in your household. You release music a lot of times because you want to put it out there. You want to put it out to the world.
Right.
And so when you say you're going, like you said earlier, when you put something out to the world and it's there, now it's on the world stage, people will take it and do what's going to happen naturally. If it's good, people are going to gravitate towards it more and they're going to want more. And that's when the corporations and everybody comes, and then you have the machine, as you will, going. But I think that the spread of it should be, I don't think that the spread of it, or the spread of Amapiano, spread of Afrobeats, should be stifled because I'm black, I'm white, or whatever. Do you have a natural pull towards this? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to immerse yourself in the culture? Are you willing to do those things? Then, like you said, with hip hop, you have other countries doing it too. You have Chinese rappers. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like there's one requirement, right? Especially if you're not of the culture that created something, right? It's just respect. I feel like that's like the only real prerequisite, like respect. You have to respect the source. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you have to respect the source. I feel like once you do that, it's kind of fair game. You know what I mean? It's there for you to enjoy. If you're disrespecting it, and I guess that's where it gets.
What does the disrespect look like?
I was about to say that. I was just about to say.
What does the disrespect
that's
look like?
That's when it gets tricky because one person's disrespect.
But what does disrespect? I'm curious. What does disrespect look like to you? From let's just keep it Amapiano. What does disrespect from an Amapiano side look like to you? Is it not what I think
it's not necessarily just Amapiano. I think when it comes to anything, like when you want to kind of, all right, for example, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I guess we'll talk about it, right? For example, Afro House, right? Like I played an Afro House party in Miami, right? And I kind of got like, I didn't know this until like after, but a lot of people that was from Miami were hitting me up like, bro, that spot kind of like doesn't like intentionally tries to keep black people out. You know what I mean? Like the black girls, they won't let in, or only if the black girls are with these famous rich white guys. They never book any like black DJs. So that's what I mean by respect. Like that is like intentionally disrespecting the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And it's like if you consider yourself if you're promoting and marketing your party and your club as like an authentic experience, and you literally never had a black DJ and it's a black genre, then you kind of have to look at it like, maybe what people are saying is kind of true.
True, yeah.
Because it's like there's a billion. All the songs you're playing are most likely from black artists.
It's black artists, right?
You know what I'm saying? That DJ. So why wouldn't you have them at the party? So that's what I by that. If you try to like whitewash it or like box out the actual people, the creators, the source, then I feel like
that's a disrespect. Where you're just taking from it. You're trying to get a dollar on it, but not respecting the people,
right? That actually,
that culture. That
saying, "Hey, I like your art, but I don't like the artist." You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's when it's one of the ways you could be disrespectful. You know what I mean? So.
But I think going back to like the spread of the music. For me, who grew up, way back in the day as a kid and growing up,
you said that like you mad old.
I got a little.
You said that like you mad way back in the day.
You know what I'm trying to say. But when I was younger, in elementary school, I think growing up, like just being African. And going through some of the stuff I went through with my name. I had people make fun of my Tume. People call me Tumor. People call me Toothpaste. I mean, like, because you're African, people make fun of my middle name. People make fun of my last name.
Just so you know, I got that too.
Really?
Because they used to call me African booty scratcher because
that was a big one. African booty scratcher was me too.
Because people didn't recognize that Haiti is on is not on that continent. It's a completely it's nowhere in Africa. But they called me an African booty scratcher because they didn't know where Haiti was, and I was just black. So I got that too.
And that's why I say, so to see it now, to come from those times where like people, and then not just me, the other African kids, obviously, people like yourself that went through that. But to see it now where people are trying to be African, where people are trying to like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. They're going back and researching. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think the only way that happens, where people have that respect, and you have these artists now, like your Gunners collaborating with Asake, is because of the spread and because we are normalizing our music and our culture on the world stage.
Yeah, it's once something starts growing, I mean, you just have to accept that there's gonna be a bad element that comes with the growth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
With anything,
it's like there's no way around it. But with that being said, we know the music's growing. Do you think Amapiano has peaked? Do you think?
Let me tell mine. Do
you think it gets bigger than this, or we kind of like this is it? Enjoy it right now while you can. Do you think it's peaked?
I don't know if the sound has peaked just yet. Why I say that is because we're still seeing artists that are still putting out those kind of records. We are still seeing those records still track well. They're still creating moments, especially with TikTok now. I don't think it has reached its peak yet. I think it's still more doors and more places that it can go and that it will go. But I think that it's going to, like you said, it's gonna, the version of Amapiano that we may see may not be the one we see now. Am I making sense?
Yes. But it's kind of like how I feel, right? I don't think Amapiano has necessarily peaked, but I think we're at the drop-off point. And by the drop-off point is like, I think the interest has peaked, right? So we're at the drop-off point, meaning like we're at the point where all the people that were there for the hype are going to start falling off.
Yes.
And like all the real true lovers of it are going to still stick around and then take it to the next level. Because I feel like when it first dropped, everybody was, Amapiano this, Amapiano, everything.
But it was in its purest form.
Exactly.
Whenever something is in its purest form, I feel that's when the people gravitate to it more. Whenever with hip hop, with any of those things, when people, before they were making music videos, when people were on the stoop just rapping, freestyling, those were some of the purest moments of the culture.
Right.
And like you said, whenever you expand something, you have to accept that those moments are going to be just that, those moments in the past.
Right.
And you have to accept that as it grows, these are some of the sacrifices of a growing brand, of a growing thing. But I think that's why I say, like, I don't feel like it's reached the peak just yet. But I do agree. I feel like I would say it's plateauing. I think it's I would say, but I don't think I do think there's still places that it can go. Right. And I still think there's sounds to be pushed, especially with TikTok and things like that. But what I will say, I think that it would have to get back to that form of Amapiano. And I don't know the answer of how it gets back to.
No, I'm telling you, what's going to happen is all the posers, all the people who just jumped on it for the hype are going to fall off. All the real lovers of it are going to stay on it. Then it's going to have a weird way where it goes back to like more of its original form. Then it's going to go up again. Then more people are going to hop on the bandwagon. And then it'll plateau again where more people will drop off. Then it'll go up again. Because we've seen that with hip hop.
We've seen that with hip hop. We've seen that with Afrobeats.
R&B.
We've seen the R&B. We've
seen
these patterns.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
So I feel like, because I feel like Amapiano is not, even though it happened in some way, I don't know if it's a type of genre that can like just fully be gentrified and just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we said that about rock and roll music. Somebody had to say that.
That's what I'm saying. They thought rock and roll could have been good, and now you wouldn't even know that Chuck Berry was even associated with it. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know unless you did your research to know.
But Amapiano's so African, bro. It's so it like reeks the motherland that I don't know if you could fake that.
You can't fake it, but you can't fake the real. And let me say that you can't fake the real, but people will make close copies
and change
people
it. People
will make close copies and change it. I think that's a real thing when we look at there's a song that comes to mind off of a soundtrack. It was I think it was the Brad Pitt racing movie. Brad Pitt, what's the actor? I think it's Damon Idris or not Idris Elba, but the other London actor.
Okay.
He was on what's the show? I'm trying to think now. He was on that show Snowfall.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but they had Burna Boy. I say that to say they had Burna Boy on this track. And the track is like, I'm like, okay, I'm listening to the track. And I look back and I'm like, wait, this is a white producer who did this? But it like the elements, you can tell though, I can tell. But he softened the sound to make it palatable for, so you got Burna Boy on this track for the masses.
Right, okay.
And so that's why I think you're gonna see that more and more, where you have tracks like that. And the track I thought was dope, but you can tell it was
whitewashed.
What exactly? And for all I was trying to say,
so it can't happen.
It could definitely happen, you know.
Oh,
and
man.
I think whenever, like you said, when these people put that money the machine, that machine behind, because who would have thought you would see Gunna and Asake? Who would have thought you would see, you know, these other rappers collaborating with Afrobeat artists? But because the money, it started back when Sony put that money. I would even say before that, when Kanye signed the bunch to Good Music.
I forgot about that.
You see?
I forgot about that.
That was when it started, like, yo, with Oliver Twist, all those stuff. He was signed to Good Music. Then from there, Sony came behind DeVito, gave him that money, that big deal, I remember. And from there, you just seeing, as more as you get that machine, people start touching it. And now it's the same thing. You see the IRA stars now have Rock Nation deals.
Right.
You see these Afrobeat artists getting multi-million-dollar deals from these companies because they see the younger generation now is smaller. TikTok, social media has made it smaller. So now all that music now is being driven forward. Afrobeat at the time didn't have as much violence. It's a lot more easier on the ears.
Right.
At a time when hip hop has become a lot more violent and things like that. So people are pushing money into these things. But now, even now, you hear some of the Afrobeat songs is getting a little bit more
raunchy.
Yeah. But that's I really personally believe is the money and things like that. And they're trying to, whoever they are merging these sounds because they see, not for our generation, but that next generation coming up.
Right.
They're the ones that are listening to your Gunners, the Africans who have grown up stateside or have African parents or things like that, who are of both cultures. And that's where I see it going. So I do see hip hop and Afrobeat getting a lot closer in the next years than what we've seen now. It's already beginning to build.
Yeah,
but
you could already see it.
You already see it.
But I don't know if this is true, but I heard like, since like Ashake got like on like the machine put behind him, I heard, again, I don't know if this is true, but I heard like they were trying to get him to do more songs in English, but he refuses. So like, if that's true,
I can see that though. I don't know if it's true, but I can see that though. I saw him in Detroit perform.
Right.
No, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have too much songs like in English. He does. I don't think he has any songs in English. Not really,
not for real.
Right. So if
he would dibble and dabble, right? He would say some English stuff, but not full on English. No.
Right. But when you look around, especially with like Amapiano, you see that more and more and more. There's not too many popular Amapiano songs that are in English.
That's true.
It's like, I feel like that's one way the genre or the genres protects itself and it stays authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So me, like, even as a producer, I'm not really trying to push any South African artists or any African artists for that matter to be like, oh, do it in English. I mean, yes, you might do some elements, like say this in English because you want to cross over in some aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like,
bring them into your world.
Right. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of going to keep the genre a little more authentic and less gentrified.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now you're forcing people to come into your world. And that's why I said, like, your Asake is, which when I saw the show he did in Detroit, because that was my first time really seeing him live for the Afrofuture concert. It was like hearing this, and then you listen to his lyrics and you listen to him. I'm like, oh, this man is really,
right.
He has the machine behind him, but he's standing up against the machine. So that's what you're saying. What you're saying, I think there's some truth to that.
Right.
I can see with the performances, how he constantly switches his style, his things like that. It's very rebellious against the grain of the system. But I think it's intentional to show that I'm keeping this culture where it's at. Right. I'm doing what feels good for me as an artist. That's why I feel Asake. That's why I think from somebody who's just watching and witnessing and seeing the moves and seeing the, like you said, the music and things like that. It comes from a very standpoint of you guys are coming into my world. I'm not switching my style. Gunna didn't switch his style, or Young Thug didn't switch their style. Y'all came into that, and the same way. If y'all don't understand it, y'all just still vibe to the sounds. Y'all can say, shoot, a lot of Young Thug be in English, and sometimes we don't understand him. So, let's be real. But it's up to a lot of people. It's the vibe, it's the song, and it's like, I think, and I think what you said is crucial. That them keeping that language and saying it the way that it is going to be key to keeping what is now, to preserve some of that now, because the future, I say, as more money becomes behind, you have other artists now. Charlie Poppy is blowing up. The more raunchier ones are, and there's nothing against them. I mean, it is what it is, but I think that's how the culture is going, and it's going to be protected by preserving the language and putting that element in there so it stays authentic.
Right. So what about like, and now like, what I do like though, we're seeing more people of the culture taking charge of the culture, if that makes sense. Like you'll see more African DJs like throwing their own DJs in general now.
Yeah, they're throwing their own parties.
They're throwing their own parties.
DJs are putting on their own parties.
You know what I'm saying? That like DJs in general now are kind of like taking back control of the party scene. But I think it's super dope. But I think we're at the point where it might be getting overdone.
It's getting saturated. I think it's a little saturated. It's a little saturated. But it's like I feel like it's one of those catch-22 things, right? You have these DJs who may be seeking opportunities, who are constantly looking for opportunities and things like that, and nobody's giving it to them. So what do you do?
Right.
What do you do? Do you
That's
wait?
A good point.
Do you wait and sit for a venue to call? And do you sit and wait for somebody to say, hey, here's a gig for you? Or do you go and create that opportunity like a lot of us have? So is it getting saturated? Yes. But I can understand from a standpoint, like, what opportunities are they getting? What opportunities are they receiving? They might feel that I'm not a cash, I'm not a tag. I don't have venues calling me to do things. I want to put myself out there. Do I wait, or do I create my own momentum and keep going?
That's a good point. And when you do become a cash or a tag, sometimes that could work against you too. Because like, okay, you could be the DJ that nobody's calling, then you could be the DJ that everybody's calling, and then at some point you kind of priced out the market.
Yeah.
So true. Then you're forced to do your own thing too.
Exactly, the way.
Because it's like now you want too much, or you don't think it's worth going to do.
You deserve your worth.
Yeah, exactly. Or you deserve more than the market can give you. So it's kind of like the only way you're going to get what you deserve
is by doing your own event.
Yeah, so you're right. It definitely is.
It's a catch-22. Because I get it. You see all the time. You see this party here. Some people with the similar party, similar style. I'm always been about unity, and I get it. For some things, people have to be their own man and their own person because people just work differently. But a lot of times, if that unity or that thing is not there, or if you can't find somebody to collab, or if people are not coming together, then I can't tell DJ so and so to wait to find that synergy or to find somebody who will combine and not do what's in their heart to do, not do what they not what they want to do. But I think DJ in general has getting saturated, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, but I think to the DJs who are doing it, I think just put some more love into it. Yes. You know what I mean?
It's gonna take some money. It's gonna take some time. You're that investment into your party. You may not get that ROI eventually. You might have to sacrifice to give the experience of what they want. But like you said, a lot of times people are just, oh yeah, I got a venue, I got a flyer, come through.
Yes.
And it's no care, it's no love into that event. You know?
Yeah, I think some DJs definitely gotta focus a little bit more on the actual experience. You know what I'm saying? Like giving people a good experience and being a good DJ. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even gonna talk about.
I think
before
you start throwing your own events.
Before you start throwing your own events, get your transitions right. Like let me stop. Anyway.
Yeah, but who am I to tell you not to do your own event?
Do what's in your heart. I mean, you know. To each his own, but there, as I said at the beginning before, people will know the real though. Human beings know the real because when they experience something good, when you create a moment, when you create a feeling, people may forget something you say to them. People may forget something that you give them or something, but when you make somebody feel a way, whether that's good or bad, the people are going to remember that. And I think that's why, like with Obama Tuesdays or what we did with Girls Love Ama, is create moments and feelings that people and experiences that people will remember and it'd be like, oh yeah, I got that feeling from that party. I got that feeling from Obama Tuesdays. I got that feeling from a Girls Love Ama. So I'm going to go back. And people like DJs are not creating those moments anymore. A lot of them are doing it for the money. But I think when you intentional about giving people that feeling, like when I DJ, it's for me to touch somebody in a way like, oh man, I was out last night, Tag was DJing, this music really got to me. It really, the way he spun, the way he did it, is to create a feeling, is to create an experience. And I think that's what the goal should always be.
Yeah, I think too, like, I think, what's the best way for me to say it? I don't know how to say it.
Try to be politically correct. Say what's on your mind, it's your podcast. But I get it.
Cause I don't want to sound like the old guy, like shitting on the young DJs. And nothing like that. You know
I got you.
But I think too, like, yeah, I would just say, I think put a little bit of love into. There's also no rush. Like, I think too. Okay, this is what I would say. I think the great part about DJs doing their own event is that you kind of taking the power back into the DJ's hands. The DJs has taken the power, and we no longer have to cry about promoters and club owners. But I think, like, in a weird way, it makes us DJs work together less.
That is true.
Because
that's a good point.
You know, because if your party's successful, my party's successful, it's like, I don't need to work with you. I don't need to. But it's about giving the people a dope experience. Exactly. Before, a promoter would put us together and those people will get that dope
experience anyway.
Right. But now it's like,
I got my own party.
Yeah.
I got my own party.
And you're seen as like competition. So like, I don't want to book you on my party because then when you do your party, like your crowd is going to, you know what I'm saying?
I hate that mentality. I ain't going to lie. Yeah. I've never been, I think you've known me how I work and how when we've worked together, I'm always about if I'm touching the same people, let's come. You can catch more people together in unity than being separate.
Exactly. And remember, I always call you on the phone like, yo, bro, we could work together. You know, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's always my thing.
Yes.
My thing is always it being reciprocated. We've had
it
hours long conversations where I'm like, that dude is cool, but I don't fuck with him because
it wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah,
and I understand that.
And like I truly feel like because I feel like now more than ever we need to work together because now we have the power back in our hands. We need to work together because we have to still focus on giving the people a good experience.
Exactly,
you know
which
what
is
I mean?
why we all got into DJing from the first place. We got into DJing to give people experiences. We got it because we like music, but it's because we're not DJing and just sitting in our rooms.
Right.
We didn't just DJ and say we're going to be in the house DJs. We said we're going to put it out there and be out there. And so it has to go back to giving people real experiences, putting thought into these parties and into these events.
Definitely. I feel like it's just like what we were talking about with, is Amapiano and everything else peaking, right? I feel like there's always going to be something wrong, then there's going to be a correction, then there's going to be an overcorrection, and then the market balances itself out at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that process happens all over again. You know what I'm saying?
It starts all over.
Yeah.
It starts all over. A different iteration, different form. I think that's the cycle of life,
But I feel like that's what's keeping, especially markets like Atlanta, the DJ's curation is kind of what's keeping the city alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's DJs that are creating dope parties, at least for Atlanta. Like, without the DJs curating the parties that they're curating right now in Atlanta, like the party scene would be like ultra dead.
It really would be. It really would be.
You know what I
The
mean?
good thing, and I know it's a problem where you have these DJs creating their parties. I know it could be a little, it has gotten oversaturated. Let me say it that way. But on the flip side, you have a lot of people who are finding their communities, who are finding their pockets and finding their spaces with their crowd and their people. And like you said, and those are the things that are keeping Atlanta alive right now currently is people going like, I have options, right? People like to have options. I could go here this night. I'll start here. I'll start my night here at Bama Tuesdays. Then I might go to Piano After Dark and from whatever the case may be. So I think that it does give people a sense of community to that extent. You just want people to have, I don't want to say authentic community, but you want people to have like a real, like.
Let me tell you, bro. Let me look at this camera and tell you. That is the life hack. I'm telling you. If you're new to a city or if you want to find new friends in a city, all you have to do is befriend a DJ that you like. A DJ, not that has the hype, a DJ that you actually like. A DJ that you like and you think is fire, whether he's popping or whether he's not. You get with that DJ, you will find your community.
Exactly.
Because everybody rallies around a common like. And most people like music. And they're going to follow that same, they're going to have the same mentality you have, that they like that DJ and they follow that DJ, and you will find your community. I promise you. Telling you,
for me, when I first got into DJing, I knew for a fact at the time, for me, I wasn't, how do I say this? I wasn't into sections. I knew that the section club per se wasn't
your thing.
Wasn't my thing.
Right.
With the bottle service, with all those things, that's not typically, let me say it that way, what I was going for. I wanted the iteration of the parties where like people dance and things like that. So for me, my community at the time was, shout out to Work Crew, Xavier Hourglass, all those people give their respect for curating that community at the time because they had like wine and different things like that. And for me, that was my community. That was the people that I was like, oh, these people are dancing, these people are vibing. This was on like Edgewood at the time.
Dope.
And that to me helped me find like the dancers who I know today, the photographers, all those things. And those relationships came from that community, but finding a dope group of people that at the time I felt were like, oh, this is dope. This is more my speed. And then fast forward now where I'm curating different events and things like that, but it comes from that influence
Right.
of the original community. Does that make sense?
Definitely, 100%. I'm telling you, you find a dope DJ that you like. Like I said, not a famous or a poppin', a DJ that you just like. I promise you, your community is right behind that DJ.
It's right there. It's right there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's right there.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, Tag, bro, I thank you for coming through, man.
This has been amazing. All right,
we got to do this again. Yeah.
This is a very freeing conversation, and I'm glad we're able to have this.
We got to do it, man. I slowed down on the podcast for a minute, but now I'm back, so I'm definitely gonna have you back.
No,
thank you for taking the ride out to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
A little scenic route.
You know.
No, this is good.
But y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment, and we'll see you. DJ Cash Podcast. We out.
Yeah.